Okay guys, quick update with Bitcoin. So I'm going to show you, well look, I can tell you this right now. I gave you two levels. It was this last video I put up yesterday. I said, as time is short Bitcoin, get the hell out. This was 7 minutes 30 seconds in. I gave you your first level to pay attention to, 113,224. This curve that goes back since the beginning of Bitcoin. Keep in mind, if you shorted back here, you did well. If you shorted here, you did well. You shorted here, you did well. If you shorted here, not so well. But that is why I told you guys not to bet the farm. I said, do not go in heavy. That would be risky. I said, use a very low margin. And I'll explain this to you. Yes, I'm still in my short. And I am at a loss, but not much of a loss because I'm not an idiot. I used low margin. If we continue down, I'll add to my short. Now, I did add to my short as we pushed up. But again, I still believe the cycle top is in. And in 3 days, that will be confirmation. I'll show you why that's the case. This is 12 minutes in. I said, look, if we get above that curve, your next point to pay attention to is this macro red trend line that goes back since 2017. That was around 115,500. So that's your next point to short or add to your short. I'll link this video now if you want to check it out. Now, as you can see, we did push above this level, 115,000. We did come back down, tested as support, 115,500, and we pushed up. So again, just looking at charts alone, it looks very bullish. But again, I still believe the cycle top is in, and I will show you why this is the case. Before we do that, guys, if you want to get leverage trading, CoinCatch is a great option. No KYC, no VPN. They have specials going on. Deposit $1,000, get $5,000 back. That's 30 slots every 7 days. They have other specials as well. This is Vince's page. I'll put a link up to it now. Remember, all these links will be pinned in the first comment description. If you do sign up, if you do get the bonus, you can get access to the charts in Discord for free. Just read through this events page. If you want to sign up with my link, I'll put a link up to it now. If you want to learn how to trade on CoinCatch, I show you again how, even if you're an avid trader, I do show you difference between trigger orders, market price, limit price. I like to use market price because it guarantees that my my order would be filled. I do cover all of that in this video. So if you want to learn how to trade on CoinCatch, I'll link this video now if you want to check it out. And of course, guys, if you want to get access to charts in Discord, make sure if you do sign up, you email me through the contact page. I'll verify you have an account and send you a Discord invite link. I'll put a link up to my website now if you want to check it out. Okay, so let's break this down. So first of all, we know 118,000 is our current resistance level. Now, these are levels that you would go in heavy with a short, because we know when we push up to these levels, just like here, you would short here, you would short here, you would short here. Once we broke above it, you could have even opened a short here. Each one of these levels always play out. So you would go in heavy. You know, if you wanted to use high leverage, high margin, fine. Because we know these are FIB channels that have been respected, and not all of them play out, but most of them do. So you could have gone in heavy with a short, taken your profit, hopped out. We know your current support on the hourly is 114,000. Below that's 112,122. So we have a lot of strong support below us, and we are above those macro levels. This is the D1 chart. Notice that we did push all the way up to, this is Bitstamp. We pushed up to what, almost 19,000. Notice we got rejected at this yellow line. This is the next resistance level. You can see price respected this. We got rejected here, here, became support, got rejected, came down. So we are at a key resistance level of 118,000. You can tell that with the H1 chart in confluence with the D1 chart. I'm not saying we can't go higher, guys. Either I'm right or I'm wrong. But I want to show you why it's possible with this could still be a cycle top, even though we did push above those macro resistance levels. Now, for you guys saying, oh, I saw some comments, he got liquidated. Guys, I told you, I said it was risky going all in on that level. While yes, we have got rejected right at that level previously, the curve and that linear line. Guys, I'm down $550. I entered at, I entered at 113,500 around that area where that curve is, with 500 margin at 15x. And then I added, currently I'm at $1,500 margin at 15x. So I added to my short when price pushed up to that next point, which I think we hit about 16,000. I added to my short there. And then I added another 500 to my short. So again, I'm down $554. It's not a lot of money. I can live with losing that. The point is you have to be in. All right. So if we continue up above a certain point, yeah, I can close my short or I can open a long hedge. I think it'd probably be better just to close my short and just wait and see if we drop. But I still believe that we're topped out and we're coming down. I'll explain why this is the case. But again, remember guys, if you use cross, you're using all of the money in your futures account as collateral. And if I just enter $500, you know, when we pushed up from that point, I was only down like 180 bucks. Then I added another 500, and then obviously that, you know, that doubles how much I can lose, and add another 500. So again, it depends on how you want to trade it. Depends on your risk tolerance. But I'm not an idiot. Again, people left a comment saying they shorted 115,000 and got liquidated. Again, don't bet the farm. Not for a blow off top, trying to catch a top. I'm playing the long game. If we continue down, every time I hit resistance, I will add to my short. If we push up and I'm wrong, which guys, it does look bullish, we're above these levels. And if we stay above these levels, then I guess we can go higher. But I want to show you why it's possible we could be topped out, and I'll go through each one of these charts. So again, 115,560. We broke above it. This is Coinbase. We pushed up to 118,924. And again, we did hold support on that red trend line. So let's zoom out and look at the bigger picture. So this is that same chart. You can see where we broke above it. Again, resistance 2017, a resistance in 2021, resistance in again in 2021, and then we found a resistance here in 2024, 2025. So if you shorted each one of these, you did very well. So why not chance a short here? Obviously we pushed above it. Maybe everybody knows about this. So market makers push it above to take out those longs. I'm sorry, take out those shorts. People start longing, get bullish. But what I would like to point out, while yes, we are above this level at 115,658, if we zoom in right here, I would like to point out, just keep this in mind, we did push above this before. And this is why I'm saying in 3 days. This chart in confluence with the curve, which I'll show you in just a minute. Take note, this was back in, this was the 13th of April 2021. Price was at, let me make this bigger so you can see it. So price was at 62,000. We pushed above by, we got daily opens. This is the only point with this red macro trend line going back 2017 where we got daily opens above. And once we broke above it, we pushed up a total of 4.50%, all right? So again, we held support, we pushed up, we held support again, we pushed up, then we broke it, it became resistance, and then we had a drop. So if you'll notice, that's what, maybe what, 4 candles? So again, we have held above it before and dropped. So I'm just saying, and notice over here, if you would have shorted, I mean, that was right to the dollar, right to the dollar. And yeah, we pushed above it. Everybody's getting super bullish. We're breaking above all these macro resistance trend lines. And it is possible, guys. Maybe we're headed up from here. We'll have to see. But again, I'm waiting till the next weekly open for confirmation whether we're topped or potentially we're going higher. And we'll see if I close my short and then just go ahead and just go crazy on some longs, because we know if we hold above these levels, we're obviously going much higher, because these are macro resistance levels going back since the beginning of Bitcoin, guys. This is that curve, okay? So, and that was 113,400 roughly, right? We pushed above that. We're currently up around 117,959 time recording this video. I would also like to point out, you know, and again, like I said, just like that red trend line. If you shorted here, you did well. You shorted here, you did well. You shorted here, you did well. Obviously, we pushed above this point, so everybody's getting super bullish and, oh, you're wrong, the top's not in, we're going much higher. We'll see. But if we go to this chart, again, you can see how every single time we hit it, we get rejected, 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 rejected all through here, rejected here, rejected all through here, and yes, we came up, tested it again. But if we zoom in, I just want to point out, you see that red arrow, notice we pushed above that curve, but notice this is on the weekly, by the way. Notice we have no weekly opens, well, barely right here, and you barely got a weekly open here, but take note, no weekly opens above this curve. They're all wicks. And notice how far that wick goes up. It went up a total of, what, 8.60%? Maybe, yeah, a little over 8%. So I'm saying, yeah, we can get wicks above these points, but the weekly candles are below. And the next weekly candle is going to be in about 3 days. So where I'm at, it'll be Sunday night, about 8 p.m. So that's what we need to pay attention to. So basically, it's showing on this chart 2 days and 9 hours next weekly open. So if the next weekly open is below 13,000, well, let's say below 13,800, then we are still holding underneath this curve. All right. If we get a weekly open above, let's say 114,000, then yes, that's going to be bullish because it's the first time we've got a weekly open above this curve. And then, yeah, guys, I'll have to close my short, and then I will be, I will go long, and I'll go more heavy on my long. But I'm going to wait, and I'm going to hold my short until that point. Obviously, if we continue up higher, I'll just close it anyways, and just, again, I'm just waiting to see what happens. I don't believe that we're going much higher. I think that we are topped, but they are taking out shorts before we drop. But again, I think the next weekly open will decide that, and we still have a few days before that happens. And in addition to that, guys, all right, you have to keep in mind, I'm not just using Bitcoin alone. Now, this is this Dow chart I've been talking about for a while. I removed a lot of stuff from this chart just to make it look as simple as possible. As you can see, we came down, we found support on the shallow ring, we pushed up. We found support on the shallow ring, we pushed up. And notice when we crossed this red ring with the Dow, remember the markets moved together, all right? When we crossed this red ring back in, this was 2007, all right? This was a global financial crisis. We just rode down this red ring, okay? So I'm expecting the same thing to happen when we cross this red ring. I'm expecting us to go sideways and move down this ring. And Bitcoin has been following the markets. You can see that clear as day. And I'll give you the time frame just to show you. So you can see this right here. Let me see here. Okay, so right here, what is this vertical line here? So this was December, this is the 16th of December 2024. All right, so let's go here. Vertical line. This is December 2024, right? We put in a high with Bitcoin, and then we dropped. We go back to the Dow, we put in another high. We tested our previous high. This was the 3rd of February 2025. Let's see, 3rd of February 2025, that was right here. So you can see we are following the markets. People say, oh, well, the dollar's crashing. I do believe that Bitcoin can and will be a hedge against the dollar, but Bitcoin is clearly following the markets. When we put in our low, on Bitcoin, that was on the 7th of April 2025. Where's the 7th of April 2025? Right here. Let me put this in the background. So you can see and again, Bitcoin follows the NASDAQ and S&P more than the Dow, but you can see when Bitcoin bottomed was when the Dow bottomed, right? And then we pushed up. And now you can see that the Dow Jones put in a new all-time high and is getting rejected. So it's very possible the same thing happens. Now even though with the Dow, this is like a triple top, Bitcoin just pushed up higher. And we got our old triple top, and then we pushed up higher than this point. So again, all I'm saying is it looks like it's possible. This is a fake out. I'm not saying it has to be. Just saying be cautious. That's why I didn't go in heavy on this short. But if we continue down, I'll continue adding to the short, adding to the short, adding to the short. Again, I don't bet the farm on anything where it's an average or a point that could be a top. If we're playing actual levels, like an actual resistance level like this, yeah, I'll go in heavy. Right here, go in long because these are fib channels. This right here is just a macro resistance level we've been expecting since the beginning of Bitcoin, just like this curve. So again, we'll see what happens. But as I said, we have yet to get a weekly open above this curve. So come Sunday night, when the next weekly candle open, that's 2 days and 9 hours. If we get weekly open above, that will be bullish. Weekly open below will be bearish. And again, if we get back below 115,500, in my opinion, that will be bearish. It's happened before. We'll have to see what happens. But again, I'm not just using Bitcoin alone. I'm also going by this Dow Jones chart, and it shows me when we cross that red ring, just like the previous cycle, we're looking at a lot of possible downside, and I just showed you how well Bitcoin is following the markets. So we'll see what happens. Again, if you went heavy on shorting those points, I'm sorry, but I did tell you not to go heavy there. That was risky. Use a low margin, play the long game. If we continue down, you just keep adding to your short, adding to your short. You don't even have to have a lot of money in your account, because what you make in profit, you can use that to add to your short. Or I'm wrong and we just blast off, all right? But we'll have to see what happens. But I think Sunday night, when the next weekly candle opens, again in 2 days, 9 hours, we'll find out. But I'm not sold on a breakout just yet. I will admit it looks bullish, but we'll have to see how it plays out. But I do think the cycle top is in, and I gave you the levels to pay attention to. Again, guys, if you leverage trading, coin catch, no KYC, no VPN. Again, if you'll take advantage of these specials, links for all of these are pinned in the first comment description, as well as the tutorial video and the link to my website. Guys, that's it. Until next video, trade smart. I'm out.